Hello, welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, comment, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We would love to hear your ratings of the movies and shows we review.
Email us your audio file to recappingpodcast@gmail.com and we will play it during the show.
Or DM us on Instagram and we will post and read it on air.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
Delora, happy December or Diciembre for any of our Spanish-speaking listeners. How are you doing?
What? Okay.
just December in Espanol.
You know me, I took French, so this is a whole new world for me.
And I need to brush up because sometimes I say something in Spanish and I'm like, I don't think that was accurate. I really need to.
It didn't feel right.
Up.
It didn't feel right.
But that one was accurate, though. That one was right.
I mean, of course you would know because this is your birthday month.
There you go, baby. There you go.
I'm not for the birthday girl.
Hey.
Time for the birthday girl.
Hey. I'm not indulging today, guys, but don't worry. This party is gonna be rolling this month. I already indulged a little bit too much yesterday, as I was telling Delora before we started recording, which is why I'm taking a break today. So. Love December. Love the holiday season. Are you getting the warm and fuzzies just yet? You know, that warm and fuzzy feeling you get this time of year?
Yes and no. Yes, because my home looks amazing. I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but
toot.
No. The tree is up. The blankets are out. I'm slowly becoming obsessed with Black Santa, or like I like to call him, Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit A. I have my throws. I have my Santas and things in Amara's room and snow globes.
You couldn't see, but she had, like she said, a throw or a blanket with a bunch of Black Santa Clauses all over it. So she's super festive over there. Whereas I have not put up not a single piece of decor in my house yet, and I am a Christmas baby. It makes no sense. I've been horrible every year lately. It's later and later. I think one year I put myself up on Christmas Eve and I was like, what was even the point? What was even the point?
And so that's the yes piece. The no is I have to go Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
It's just because of time and execution at this point. I don't even know if I'm going to have cards, and I'm a card person. I send out cards to people, and that's killing me. So I need to get my life together.
That's so sweet and old school. I still always think of the story of my uncle one year sent us a Christmas card, and literally it was the card we sent him the year before. He just put a sticker over the part where it was his name from the year before.
Wow. Wow.
Hilarious. I'm not a Christmas card person, but I do love the season and the gifts. But I blame everyone else for why I haven't started yet. No one has told me what they want this year, and I've asked. So if 'tis a season for y'all to just get this joy and love in my heart, I'm fine with that too. I'll keep my money in my wallet. Y'all just let me know. So,
and to clarify on that card piece, you know it's personalized. You know it has Amara's face on it. What grade she's in.
That's what it calls for. Those are the ones people keep. Those are the ones people keep. Those are the ones I keep. If somebody has taken the time to, get the pictures and all that stuff, those are the ones I stash away. I used to never keep cards, but I do keep those. So progress, age, all the things. But, we're not very political on this podcast, but I do have to start this off by just saying thank you, Georgia. God bless.
Georgia. Y'all did what y'all had to do.
Thank you, Jesus. Because listen here, if I had to hear about anything else about Herschel Walker and the shenanigans that are going on with that election. I was going to lose my mind. Thank you, Georgia. Atlanta is a third home to me. I didn't need it.
It's the debate about werewolves and vampires for me.
I can't. Any of the Herschel Walker content, I can't. I was tired. And I feel like the algorithms were really, really trying to get to me. I was like, I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I clicked on these internets, but please stop. I don't want to see anything else. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear this man's voice. I don't want to see him do that horrible moonwalk. I don't want to see any of it. So thank you, Georgia. Thank you.
Shucking and jiving. But yes. Oh, happy day.
Oh,
shout out to Senator Reverend Warnock.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. All right. I just had to get that off my chest. All right. It is Thursday, guys, which you know what it is. Quick headlines and hot topics day. Gonna keep it a little bit brief, probably. Not a whole lot has gone on in these pop culture streets, but let's kick it off with a rest in peace for Kirstie Alley. Kirstie Alley, the Cheers and Veronica's Closet star, has passed away at the age of 71. I am referencing an article from CNN. She is an Emmy winner for her roles on Cheers and one of my favorites with John Travolta that she did, Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking Too. Yes. She passed after a brief battle with cancer, according to her children, colon cancer. Her children announced via social media, "We are sad to inform you that our incredible, fierce, and loving mother has passed away after a battle with cancer only recently discovered. She was surrounded by her closest family and fought with great strength, leaving us with the certainty of her never-ending joy of living and whatever adventures lie ahead. As iconic as she was on screen, she was an even more amazing mother and grandmother." I've seen tributes coming in from Avi, John Travolta, again, given their films together, as well as I saw from her ex-husband, from Steve Guttenberg, from one of my favorite movies as a child, It Takes Two, with the Olsen twins. Same. That yes. Can't eat, can't sleep, reach for the stars, over the fence, World Series kind of stuff. Still quote that to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, the impact of the childhood movies, you know how it goes. Also, her Cheers co-stars from Rhea Perlman to Ted Danson, everyone has poured out and said some beautiful things about her. But Delora, I have to admit, when this news first dropped, first of all, I was surprised because we've talked about this with other celebrities who passed. I don't think I realized even how old she was at this point.
Yes.
But also, and it makes me sad that I often think about this these days, it was like, wasn't she in some shit not too long ago? Like, wasn't there some controversy
yes, ma'am.
not too long ago? And then I was reading, I was like, yep, with the Trump support, with, obviously Scientology is a thing and all of that. But, for her legacy, for the joy that she brought me, especially, like I said, in my childhood with some of the roles that she did, definitely rest in peace. What are your thoughts about the career and life of Kirstie Alley?
Completely shocked by the news. And to your point, I had no idea she was 71 years old. It's really sad to hear that she died of cancer, recently diagnosed with cancer. That's really heartbreaking and scary. I remember her for being really beautiful. I remember her on Cheers and preferring her over the other lady.
That was Shelley Long. You preferred her over Shelley? Shelley Long has a special place in my heart, though, because again, you talk about that era of like actresses. Like Shelley Long was in a movie where Hello Again, where she passed away and then comes back. She was just in some things, and obviously Modern Family, as we know now. But
yes,
she definitely came in as a strong replacement.
She really did. And to your point, Look Who's Talking and It Takes Two. I also loved her on Dancing with the Stars. Maxim was her partner, and that was a big deal. I also remember her being very vocal about her body image. And, it was very impressionable because obviously she was older and I grew up watching her and things along those lines. But I'm like, if only she lived in today's age, and not to say today is much easier by any chance, but it's like she looked perfectly fine, but she was so avid about trying to lose weight, and she played into her weight with roles like Fat Actress and things like that. And I'm just like, oh, it's just heartbreaking now to know the road certain actresses had to go down as they got older in Hollywood and tried to find different avenues in this industry. I also remember her in Toothless that came out in 1997. Like, just
I remember that. I think I remember that as well.
It was a Disney fantasy movie. I don't know if it was Disney Channel or straight to DVD.
No, that's what I was like. I'm pretty sure I remember that too. I didn't remember she was in Blind Date. I'm just looking at some of the roles she's had in her career on this article. Blind Date, I believe that's the one with Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger. And I used to watch that when I was younger for whatever reason.
Remember her in Village of the Damned, scary movie. I love a good 90s scary movie, I swear. I'm saddened to hear this news. And as we've said in the past, we always like to say a prayer for their loved ones, for her loved ones in this difficult time.
For sure. And again, if it was unexpected, if it was one of those, you get a diagnosis at stage 4 and then you don't even make it to treatment, or you make it to treatment and you quickly pass. So definitely sending thoughts and prayers to her family and loved ones. And I've seen a lot of articles since she's passed about information about colon cancer, particularly, if you're a woman, signs and symptoms. So I think that's always great when they use it as a tool also to kind of help other people, what have you. It was the wrong blind date. She was in a different blind date, but it's still the 80s. So anyway, let's move on to our second quick headline today, guys. And that is one of our faves, Keke Palmer, out here announcing she is preggers. She did it during the Saturday Night Live opening monologue that she hosted, which I guess there had already been speculation that she was pregnant, and I totally missed any of that because I hadn't really been following anything about her with, anybody saying or feeling like she was either hiding or wearing baggy clothes, because that's usually how all of that kind of starts. But she definitely did it in a very cute way with the reveal of the Beyonce baby bump moment. And I had thought when this news dropped, I was like, wait, is she still with the one guy that I knew she was dating? I had thought they had broken up, but yes, it seems that they both put stuff out on social media that they are together and they are expecting and excited about this bundle of joy. So what were your thoughts on her choice of reveal, as well as our baby girl Keke about to have her own baby?
The fact that Black Twitter is on posting screenshots of Runaway Love. You remember that video? Runaway Love. Keke acted her butt off in that video when she was a teenage pregnant.
I don't remember that video, but you're bringing me so much joy reenacting this. Y'all can't see her. We've gotten requests to eventually start posting our videos. We're taking it under advisement, but she's just over here doing the motion. So that brought me joy. But no, I don't remember the video.
Keke is a grown-ass woman, and sometimes it's hard to believe considering she's Akilah in the Beat, right?
Yeah, that's why I said our little baby having a baby.
But I thought it was such a boss-ass move to do the reveal the way she did it. Shout out to her stylist. Shout out to Wayman and Micah, because I know they have styled her during most of this year, because she has had a phenomenal year, Ashley, from Nope, being, the star of a major Jordan Peele movie and being on all these covers. She was on the cover of Time Next 100, the Rising Star edition. She was on the Hollywood Reporter. She was on Women's Health in September, showing belly.
So this bump has come quite quickly.
Well, they also shoot these covers in advance. But I want to take a moment and shout out to my personal oracle, my mother, because I am looking at this text thread from November 21st, and it says the following: I think Keke Palmer is preggers. And I put, interesting. I'm not seeing it. My sister was like, she looks like in the latest picture I've seen of her. I almost didn't recognize her. And I'm like, what y'all talking about? And you know me, go straight to the sources. People ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. The shade room didn't say nothing. So I'm like, what's all the speculation?
Your mama has never lost in this game of celebrity lives and reveals and breakups and everything. Your mama has never lost this game. So put some respect on her name.
The Oracle.
Mama B.
Shout out to Mama B, because man. And then wait, let me look at the text thread once it was revealed. My mom just smiled. She was like, I knew it. But Keke looks so cute. I'm so happy for her. She's like our cousin. You know what I mean? It's like we grew up with her.
She's like my little sister. That's how I like in my head. It's more like my little sister because I feel like I'm so much older than her, even though I'm not remotely.
Not.
She's 29, but it just, I just still imagine her as this cute, just younger version of herself. Same as I think of like Yara and some of the other actresses who I know are not much younger than me, but they just feel like my little sisters in my head, with way more money than me. So, hey, go ahead and loan your big sister a little something to hold on to.
And I hold on to a couple of dollars.
A little something. But no, super happy for her. Again, I missed any speculation whatsoever. So this came totally out of left field. But I will tell you, these announcements, these celebrities are keeping SNL relevant AF. Because I would never be watching these monologues. I would never be paying any attention to who is on SNL if it were not for these moments that are putting them in the headlines. So SNL, thank these celebrities who are coming on here and doing these things for y'all. Okay?
Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, I am looking at her baby daddy up and down like, who are you? Where you come from? I'm very protective, so I'm kind of like, I don't know much about you, sir.
Again, I thought they had broken up, so maybe they just were like, we're tired of it being public. Let's pull back from the public eye, which I definitely don't blame them. But I know he's the younger brother of Dro from Insecure. So that's what I've always known. And I'm like, well, as long as your brother ain't nothing like his character on the show, we're good. I have no issues with y'all.
The drama outside the show.
With the woman who Lawrence started messing with after Issa. They had a child in real life. I am very aware. That was for any Insecure fan. I was like, whoa, okay, we see who was really getting down on the set of Insecure, but neither here nor there. Super happy for Keke, super happy for this couple. I'm rooting for a baby girl. Don't know why. I'm just rooting for a baby girl for her. So we'll see what happens. Healthy, happy baby, though, is always the goal.
Always.
All right, guys, let's move into our 2 hot topics for this week. Our first one are the People's Choice Awards that just happened. Delora, we talk about this a lot with award shows. There are certain ones that catch me and I actually watch live. There are certain ones that I don't watch and I just look at the red carpet. People's Choice Awards is definitely one that I literally just looked at the red carpet on these internets and I looked at who the awards went to as of today. Did you watch the People's Choice Awards?
Girl, no. This is such a catch-all award show, in my personal opinion. I know it's quote unquote people's choice, but it just feels like an opportunity to hand out awards, low risk. Have the time. The people that show up are the people who know they're getting the awards anyway.
Indeed. Indeed.
And so that's where it gets kind of weird for me when it, it's not high stakes enough. I need more drama.
If you think about it, though, I feel like the only award shows that are like heavily attended by everybody now are the major acting award shows. Because think about even like the music award shows. A lot of times those major hitters don't show up either unless they're heavily favored to win.
Well, they've been screwed over. If you're looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce, like, are they going to show up with Renaissance?
I still feel some type of way that y'all had Beyonce come out to the Oscars and she won that Oscar. So, anyway.
I got 1,000,000 miles on.
And listen, y'all had her. She got out here and full perform for y'all. Y'all
Was
gonna
that
stop
our
doing
last performance from her?
our last performance of that? Yes. Of that type.
No.
Of that type? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Delora, do you have any favorites from the red carpet that you saw from the People's Choice Awards?
No.
Dang, I thought it was just me.
No. And what also hurts my heart, I did see clips of the Shania Twain because I adore her, but I did not love her outfit much at all. I appreciate the ode to the iconic music video
Mm-hmm.
and her telling us that she very much still has it, but not giving what I needed it to give, you know?
I mean, she said, listen, I still got body yaddy yaddy out here. Man, I feel like a woman. Boom, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Love it. Love it. And I'm not a country person, but Shania is definitely one of those.
Oh,
I can sing
really?
you a little bit of
Shania,
Shania Twain.
Faith, Reba. I love, oh, yes.
Reba don't do it for me vocally, but I love the show. Vocally, though, I'm
She
sorry.
got some hits.
She, nah. Olivia Wilde, what do you think about this see-through revenge dress moment?
I actually liked it. I thought it was a little bit low, but it's giving I broke up with the biggest pop star in the world.
Let me remind y'all. Let me reintroduce myself. I still got it. I got this little boy for a reason. I still got it, baby. Now I thought it was really cute, and you know I love black, so I'm always here for a good black moment. MJ Rodriguez, I thought she looked beautiful in this white. It's not a favorite outfit of mine. I just thought it was very like refreshing and pretty, I guess is the best way to say it. Carrie Underwood, I was I was conflicted about this pantsuit. On the one hand, I think it's very well tailored. On the other hand, I think it's like overkill with the print. So I was like conflicted, but she was on my list for that reason. But really, there was no like super standout moments. Niecy Nash's dress just looked great on her physique because she looks great. But there was just no huge like standout fashion moments for me either. I was super excited for Lizzo though. I thought she looked good. But yeah, I mean,
because I am a Real Housewife fan, Kathy Hilton looked cute in Van Latino, even though she was a hot mess. Applying lip gloss during the Mariska Hargitay speech.
And see, you know, my reality TV love, like the Selling Sunset ladies, especially my girl Chriselle, nobody just, it did not do it for me. Everybody still looked fabulous, but nobody was just like, oh my God.
Honestly, what Niecy had on looks like a good brunch outfit. Like it's not even
that's why I said
red carpet.
It looks great on her because she has an amazing body, Audie. It looks great on her, but it's not a standout fashion moment for me.
No, it's not a red carpet moment. It's like, thanks for coming to my daughter's bridal shower.
The shade. All right. Well, since there's nothing really noteworthy for us from the red carpet, let's talk about some of these top awards. So we had Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness taking home the top award of the night as best movie of the year. We had The Atom Project, Top Gun Maverick, and Don't Worry Darling receiving prizes for top comedy, action, and drama movies. Stranger Things, Grey's Anatomy, and Never Have I Ever taking top television awards. Taylor Swift won Best Female Artist, Best Album for Midnights, and Best Music Video for Anti-Hero. Harry Styles took home the award for Best Male Artist, BTS for Best Music Group. Lizzo, Carrie Underwood, Becky G, Lotto were also recognized for their music, and Lizzo won the People's Champion Award. And I saw that she brought out a lot of people who are actively involved in, you know, the work, which I thought was beautiful and a beautiful thing to do with the time that she had. Shania Twain got the Music Icon Award. Ryan Reynolds received the People's Icon Award. Were there any winners that you saw that were surprising or that you were like, I would not have thought that they would have been the one to take it?
again, not my favorite awards show because the way they throw some of these shows and actors in the same category, I'm like, WTF. For example, for best drama, we have Grey's Anatomy, Euphoria, The Walking Dead, This Is Us, Ozark. Like, what are we doing here? What? And Grey's Anatomy won. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, and it is people's choice, and it's been going on 11 years, so of course it won. But I'm having a hard time.
I was happy to see that Selena Gomez won Comedy TV Star of 2022 just because she got completely snubbed out of the Emmys for Only Murders in the Building. I was like, well,
when it's a trio and you deliberately leave one out, that's a rough.
And it's like, at least you're getting some love. I love that Selma Blair won for Dancing with the Stars for competition contestant. The Jeffrey Dahmer story went in binge-worthy show. Y'all can miss me with that. We've talked about that on the podcast. Ain't nobody trying to watch nothing of that psycho caliber. And I think those were the major ones that I was like, love to see it, or that sort of thing. And then Archetypes winning Pop Podcast. Surprise. I mean,
it's a good ass show.
It really is. And like I said, the audio quality is just delicious. Every time I listen to an episode, delicious.
Talk about feeling fuzzy. It's like, where's my blanket? Where's my tea? Let me cozy up. Where's my dog?
Yep. Did you finish it? Did you listen to the last episode yet still?
No. I'm behind. So I will by this time next week, I promise.
Okay. Well, we'll get your thoughts on next week's show in that case then. But that's all that I have for People's Choice Awards for today. Let's move on to our final hot topic. And this is a hot in these streets topic, guys. Me and Delora, when we started, we probably should have inserted our piece from last week when we were talking about this.
We might need to just go ahead and release that.
Man,
I don't think did we know it was going to be this hot?
I had a feeling that it wasn't going to die just yet, but I didn't think that it was going to be across all of the headlines the way that it has been. And guys, I'm sorry. Let me let you guys in on what we're talking about. We're talking about this whole Amy Robach and TJ Holmes GMA affair and now suspension that is going on. Oh my goodness. First of all, Vulture has a whole lowdown timeline on their relationship history from when they first started.
Right now.
Yes, from when they first started working together to them training for the marathon to when, Amy's moving out of her husband's place to, where we're at with Bob Iger and Kim having their conversations, Kim Goodwin, ABC News president, and to obviously the current fallout. So let's just move to the fallout, guys. November 30th, the Daily Mail, as messy little bitches that they are, published 65 photos of TJ Holmes and Amy Robach together throughout the month of November. The headline was From Co-Stars to Lovers, GMA anchors Amy Robach and TJ Holmes' romance is revealed. Now, granted, they are both still technically married. They are co-hosts on GMA3, What You Need to Know on ABC. They were seen cozying up at a New York City bar, spending a romantic weekend away upstate, holding hands in an Uber. And not only were there pictures, there was video.
I remember sending it to you, Ashley. I was like, Ashley.
Guys.
There's video.
Whoever has been stalking them did a thorough job. So obviously when this news broke, they're not going to be on air tomorrow. There's no way they're going to be on air together.
No possible way.
Tomorrow. And
he was stumbling when the news broke. And I think he was by himself. I think at one point, the show, when the news broke, they were still on air and he was by himself. And I was like, if they're not showing up now, there's no way they're going to show up the next day.
And they sure as hell did. And
apparently,
the day's episode logged 20% increase in viewership compared to 2 weeks prior. And no surprise, because we all wanted to see what the F was actually going to happen. Were they going to be together? If they were together, was it going to be acknowledged? Like, how are we going to go about pretending this messiness did not happen the way that it's happening, and that they were not the hottest story on the news, given they work for a news network? So apparently they arrived as a couple that day to the studio. And so they were just thinking, I guess they were just about to go ahead and live their best lives, because to the point that Kim Goodwin made when the announcement came out as of the 5th of December that they were going to be pulled for the time being, she said that the relationship is an external distraction, but not a violation of company policy. They were notified the same day that they were not going to be on the air, and their replacements basically said that the pair had the day off. Apparently, their on-air relationship is under evaluation. So there's speculation about whether or not they're going to come back as a duo, as just one of them, as neither. Even Don Lemon has chimed in on this and saying that he hopes they're able to come back on air. He hopes he can see them in person so he can give them both a hug, all this and that. A source for a Yahoo Entertainment article, who apparently was a former Good Morning America executive, said that they won't be back on the air. And I quote, "The broken marriages and the cheating, including reports that TJ had another affair with a different GMA colleague, is unseemly and embarrassing and a gross violation of core Disney values. GMA is a family show and Disney is a family company. Those two aren't returning." So, Delora, give me your thoughts on this workplace affair, on these bombshell photos and videos, and on their fate and future as the host of GMA3, what you need to know.
No pressure. Wow. Okay. This is messy. And when I tell you, I tuned in that Thursday to see what was going on, and I tuned in on Friday, and they both were there both days. Holmes had the nerve to say, "Oh, can't wait for this week to be over."
Looking forward to the weekend. And everybody was like, "We bet y'all are."
Yeah, so it is incredibly messy. And the idea that this is ABC, which is Disney, the likelihood of this going on to me seems very low, very slim, because when it comes to public figures like themselves, there's always a decency clause in their contracts, and this ain't decent. You know what I mean? He just could not keep his hands off her ass either in those videos and tapes. And the fact that he might have had an affair with another person, their producer for the show, who was supposedly a friend of Amy's at one point, is too messy. It's too messy. This is what happens when people get caught up in those hazy old eyes.
Because he is a good looking man. Somebody was like, he's light skinned. What else do you expect? And I was like, listen. Listen, the fact that now it's not even just been speculated. One, he supposedly had 2 additional extramarital affairs but prior to Amy. Supposedly Amy was his confidant, who he talked about his in-office affairs with. That has come out. But the nail in the coffin for me, because this is so Eddie Cibrian, Leanne Rimes, is these double dates and her kids was babysitting his kids details. No. I'm like, y'all are a different level of messy, baby. Different level. So the families were familying. The families were familying, Delora.
Well, did you see his post for his 10-year anniversary for his wife? Yes. And it was like gross. It was like, you stayed with me when you could have left, and you're essentially my ride or die, and I don't deserve this woman.
And little did we know that apparently he really did not. And I told you, I went down a rabbit hole on him and his wife's Instagram a while back.
You didn't tell me this.
I did. I told you this last week because I was like, that's how I found out who his wife was, because I would see him and I'd be like, is TJ married? Who is he married to? And then that's when I realized that she was an attorney and that she worked for Roc Nation and all of that. So then I went down a rabbit hole on like their Instagram. So I saw that post a while back, but I always question when I see a woman posting more about her husband and her family than I see the husband posting about his wife and his family. And I remember that striking me at the times. I was like, he posts a lot with his daughter, but I don't see him post a lot with his wife. So what's really good, sir?
And this is his second wife. He has married two Black women at this point.
Yes, which I had noted as well.
All of his affairs have been with white women, so I don't know what that means. Like, you should have just gone with your presence.
I don't know what that means either. Does that mean that he's been just trying to, be solidified in public, but really playing slave games, as Van likes to say, in the bedroom? God. I'm not saying that interracial couples do that, guys. That's just a joke that Van made on Higher Learning. It always sticks in my head.
Listen. They better not. My friend Alyssa sent this to me on Instagram. It's comments by celebs, and it's, headline with TJ and Amy. And even Sharon Stone was like, what a poor ratings move to remove them. Like, y'all must not want to be great, right? Maybe they're scared of what type of sponsors they'll get, But
that's the thing. Like, I get from our entertainment perspective, yes, we want to continue to see them on air because absolutely it's juicy, but we have to remember this is still a professional setting behind the scenes. This is not the morning show on Apple TV Plus, even though I'm pretty sure them writers are salivating right now. Like, oh my God.
I really want to know what Robin Roberts feel about this, though.
And really Robin's name has really been put out there a lot, as if supposedly, and back in 2017, when this was first speculated internally, she brought them both aside and had a conversation with them and all this and that. So I'd be curious if Robin really was actually involved, or if that's just speculation because she's so high up in the chain of, on-air personalities that they have.
She also gives me I'm a Black woman in charge, but I could be a mentor to other people of color in my...
But sometimes with people's personal lives, I would mind my own business. Like, I am not the type of person, I don't feel like, where if I heard that my coworkers are having an affair, I'm going to dip my toe in and say, give my 2 cents, unless it was asked of me.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
Care.
Like, no, I'm not. If that's between you and your wife and you and your marriage, you and your husband, Amy, whatever y'all up here doing. And that was another hilarious thing that came out during this whole scandal.
She's married to a Melrose.
Exactly. I was like, I don't know nothing about this man, but apparently y'all are up in arms that she would cheat on Andrew Shue. I'm like, who is Andrew Shue? Yes. He was a cutie on Melrose Place when I saw the pictures, but I was just like, this is what y'all are upset about? Like, I had no idea who her husband was. So that was another like fun fact that came up, like all these white women up in arms.
She's older than TJ. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's older. But, I guess we're going to see what's going to happen. That's for damn sure. But I guess I'll be curious to know, even if they get pulled off of this show, what do their futures look like just with ABC? Like, do you think that ABC would... I don't think ABC would just sever ties with both of them altogether.
It's not like they're irreplaceable.
It's no one is irreplaceable besides like Oprah. But right. I just feel like, I don't know in my mind in 2022 if this is worthy of... Because let's be honest, even though it's Disney, our standards for morality are not the same, and family, togetherness and infidelity, all of that is not the same as it once was. And I think even with a lot of the comments I'm seeing, people are like, but this is their personal lives. It's not about... Now, granted, they are co-hosts on a show together. So for that reason, I can see them no longer being co-hosts. But to kick them aside altogether, that would be hard for me to fully understand.
I think them being co-hosts is what's saving them in this scenario in the first place. It's not like one of them is abusing their power, and therefore I think the scandal from the work aspect is not necessarily there as much as the workplace being the place where their marriage is imploded.
Right. And I said that in terms of them being co-hosts, that it's not an abuse of power. But what I'm saying in terms of them being co-hosts is I can see why ABC will feel like it's no longer in their best interest to have them continue as co-hosts together.
Correct.
That's no, I know,
but I'm saying in terms of, I'm speaking to the court of public opinion, where like, you know, this is salacious, but is not nearly as awful as, unfortunately, some of the stories we've had conversations about with the Me Too era and things along those lines. So therefore, it's not that big of a deal, but it is in terms of their family aspect of, you know, and some people are very sensitive to that, and I respect that.
I would be surprised if they kicked them off the network. No longer have them host this show. I could see that. Kick them off the network, I think would be a different ball game altogether.
One of my girlfriends, I'm not gonna call her out, she was like, "This is so messy, but they cute though."
Together as a couple, I don't see it.
I mean, they're both individually attractive, and I guess them together, sure, but them training for that marathon, I'm sure, was the thing that tipped the cow over, I'm sure.
But the messy part of that is her husband trained with them as well.
I didn't know that. Bruh, I didn't see that.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is it's another level. Like literally,
he was a web we weave.
There was a picture before they deactivated accounts, and her husband scrubbed her off his Instagram and all of that, of them like he had his arm around TJ, or TJ had his arm around him, and it was like her marathon squad or something like that. I'm telling y'all, that's what gets me, is like the families were familying. It is some Eddie Cibrian, Leanne Rimes-ish 2022. Because
wow,
it's just the audacity. Again, all their personal life, all for them and their spouses to have to deal with. But TJ, you've gone down several notches for me, sir. Several. So that's how I feel about this current hot topic. We'll see what happens. Any other thoughts from you, Delora?
Man, oh man, I didn't pick this on my 2022 bingo card. You know what I mean?
Now, does this go in November or December? Are they November story, or are they in the December story bingo card?
I'm going to give it to November, because December, you never know.
We never know what could come in these final days of the year. Thank God it's not Herschel Walker. That's all I can say.
I'm about to shout right now.
Yes.
Where's my tambourine?
Raphael Warnock is about to have an extra special sermon for y'all on Sunday. That's all I got. That's all I got. Let the church say yay, man.
Amen.
All right, Delora, that's all we got for our quick headlines and hot topics today. What are we recapping for the people next week?
Oh, we have 2 remaining recaps of the year, Ashley.
I know, it's gone fast.
And we are whimsying it up, okay? The magical, the enchanting, the disenchantment of it all. So we are recapping Disney Plus Disenchantment, starring the fabulous Amy Adams, for next week.
All right, guys. 'Tis the season to live your best lives, get some merriment, get some spiked eggnog, drink whatever you choose to drink for my birthday month, for this holiday season. And we'll see you next time. Be safe in them streets.
Bye.